Imagine this. Every day, someone deposits $86,400 into your bank account. There's only one rule. You must spend it all by the end of the day. Anything left unspent disappears. No savings. No rollovers. What would you do? You'd probably strategize, plan carefully, and make sure every penny is put to good use. Now here's the twist. Every single day, life deposits 86,400 seconds into your account of time. But unlike money, you can't earn more, borrow, or save it for later. Every second you waste is gone forever. Yet how often do we let time slip through our fingers as if it's infinite? Today I'm going to share a life-changing perspective on the value of time. Through stories, reflections, and lessons, you'll discover why time is your most precious resource and how to make every second count. Stay with me, and by the end, you'll see the world and your life in a completely new way. Let's begin with a story about a young man named Ethan. Ethan was like many of us, busy, overwhelmed, and always saying, "I don't have time." Ethan had big dreams. He wanted to start his own business, travel the world, and spend more time with his family. But every day, his life followed the same pattern. He woke up late, rushed to work, spent hours on his phone, and told himself, "I'll start tomorrow." One weekend, Ethan decided to visit his grandfather. His grandfather was in his 80s, a man who had lived a rich, adventurous life. Ethan rarely made time to see him, but something nudged him to go that day. As they sat on the porch, Ethan asked, "Grandpa, how do you stay so peaceful and happy? You've been through so much in life. What's your secret?" His grandfather smiled and said, "It's simple, Ethan. I've learned the value of time, but I didn't always know it. Let me tell you a story that changed my life." He began, "When I was your age, I thought I had all the time in the world. I worked hard, chased money, and told myself I'd enjoy life later. But one day I got a phone call. It was the hospital. My best friend Charlie had been in a terrible accident. When I got there, it was too late. Charlie was gone. The last conversation we had still haunts me. He said, 'I always thought I'd have more time to write that book, to fix things with my brother, to take my kids camping. But now it's too late.' That day I realized life isn't about having more time. It's about making the time you have count. I promised myself I'd never take another second for granted, and I've kept that promise ever since." Ethan sat in silence, letting his grandfather's words sink in. That conversation planted a seed in his mind. Over the next few weeks, he started reevaluating his life. He began waking up earlier, dedicating time to his dreams, and prioritizing his family. Slowly but surely, he transformed his life, one second at a time. Ethan's story teaches us a powerful lesson. But why is it so hard for most of us to value time? The truth is, we often take time for granted because we assume it's endless. Psychologists call this phenomenon temporal discounting. It's the tendency to prioritize immediate rewards over future benefits. For example, instead of spending an hour exercising for long-term health, we scroll through social media for short-term entertainment. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow," only for tomorrow to turn into next week, next month, or even next year? Procrastination isn't just a habit, it's a mindset that undervalues the present moment. Another reason we waste time is the illusion of busyness. We fill our days with tasks, meetings, and to-do lists, convincing ourselves we're being productive. But busyness is not the same as meaningful action. The key is not to do more, but to focus on what truly matters. Let's get real for a moment. Imagine you're 80 years old looking back on your life. What regrets would you have? Would you wish you had spent more time working late nights? Or would you wish you had spent more time with your loved ones, pursuing your passions and creating memories? Research shows that at the end of their lives, most people regret the things they didn't do, not the things they did. They regret the dreams they didn't chase, the words they didn't say, and the moments they let slip away. Wasting time isn't just about losing seconds, it's about losing opportunities. Every second you spend distracted is a second you could have spent building something meaningful. Every minute wasted is a minute you'll never get back. Throughout history, some of the greatest minds have shared profound insights about time. Benjamin Franklin, "Lost time is never found again." Seneca, It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. These quotes remind us that time is the ultimate equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, everyone gets the same 24 hours in a day. The difference lies in how we use them. Now that we understand the importance of time, how can we make the most of it? Here are some practical strategies. Prioritize what matters. Write down your top 3 priorities in life. These could be family, health, or a personal goal. Spend the majority of your time on these areas. Eliminate distractions. Identify your biggest time wasters, whether it's social media, TV, or procrastination, and take steps to minimize them. Set clear goals. Break your big dreams into small, actionable steps. Focus on one step at a time. Practice mindfulness. Live in the present moment. Appreciate the here and now instead of worrying about the past or future. Learn to say no. Your time is precious. Don't be afraid to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. If today were your last day, how would you spend your time? Would you waste it on trivial things? Or would you focus on what truly matters? Your dreams, your relationships, and your legacy. Remember, time is the one thing we can never get back. So make every second count. Start today. Call the person you've been meaning to reach out to. Take that first step toward your goal. And most importantly, live each day as if it's your last. If this video inspired you, share it with someone who needs a reminder about the value of time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community for more life-changing stories and lessons. Together, let's make the most of the time we've been given.